We've had goats this morning.
Yeah.
Do you fancy some hedgehogs?
Definitely, always.
Look at those, some beauties
They're
behind
gorgeous.
us. Now that spring has sprung, many of us may be planning to spend a bit more time tending the garden.
I think this one's a little bit too close. But anyway, while we're sprucing things up outside, we're being asked to think about our dwindling hedgehog population and how we might be able to help them. Breakfast's Tim Moffat has been finding out how to be a hedgehog hero.
Gordon's alive, thanks to some expert help.
This is Gordon, and Gordon was brought to us a few days ago. Sadly, he had some plastic stuck around his neck.
Tiggywinkle's Animal Hospital in Buckinghamshire treats more than 2,000 sick and injured hedgehogs each year.
He had some wounds under his armpits. We often see infection and nasty wounds, but we'll also see them with leg injuries. They may have got hit by cars and have broken limbs, and we'll fix those fractures if possible.
And as the weather improves and we start gardening again, there's a plea to think about hedgehogs. Numbers have been declining for years. The ones here are named after those who rescued them.
Here we have Dave, and Dave came to us a couple of weeks ago with a really large wound from a strimmer injury, we think. So with the strimmers and lawnmowers, just be really careful before you tackle your overgrown garden, and just make sure you haven't got a hedgehog that's still hibernating or a hedgehog that's just sleeping there.
Hedgehogs face challenges on many fronts. Some are difficult for individuals to influence, such as changes to the way agricultural land is farmed. But if you have a garden, there are things you can do to help.
This garden in Surrey is very hedgehog friendly. Its owner is one of the UK's 70,000 hedgehog champions.
We've included hedgehog highways. We've got one into the next door that way, one through to that way, and they're just holes in the fences because they do travel a lot at night. We've got hedgehog houses. We leave out meaty cat and puppy food. Definitely not milk or bread. Yeah, they're lactose intolerant.
Thanks to some remote cameras, Samantha's able to watch the hedgehogs each night.
We tend to watch a lot more of the video footage during the evening live rather than the TV.
Being able to interact with hedgehogs and nature in this way, what impact has that had on you?
I think it's given me a purpose. I'm housebound, I've got ME. It enables me to really relax. It's just really fun to watch and see what goes on. They do swim and they do seem to quite like water, but it must make it safe so that they can get out. We put in a slab of wood which we covered with chicken wire so that gave grip so that they could climb out easily.
Hedgehog Street is a campaign that was launched 10 years ago to try and boost numbers.
So we know that hedgehogs have declined by 50% in rural areas and 30% in urban areas since the millennium. So in rural areas it's things like intensive agriculture, the use of pesticides, it's limiting the amount of shelter and food for them. In urban areas there's more and more buildings, walls, barriers, roads, things like that.
Simple changes though seem to be working.
There's a glimmer of hope in urban and suburban areas. We know that the decline in these areas is actually starting to slow down a little bit. You know, that's thanks to people making all these changes in their gardens, you know, all these small, simple changes that are going to make a really big difference for hedgehogs.
Prickly and shy, but much loved and much missed. Hedgehogs, it seems, need gardeners' help. Tim Moffat, BBC News.
More hedgehog news later in the programme.
I look forward to that.
Yes. Now, Labour has